Hello guys, this is Hurricane Arthur here. What I was doing was mostly just focusing on I have a Roblox channel still. But what been doing was you see these numbers? The numbers right here? I'm going to go up. I was trying to see the total accumulated cyclone energy estimated. This is so it's estimated for every year that it was calculated from 1851 to 2021 in the North Atlantic. And I made a paper on it to help me crunch all the numbers. I had to use a calculator. My phone does not have a calculator, unfortunately. My S5 had a calculator, but my A10 doesn't. Well, A12, whatever. And you can kind of get an idea on what I had to use. Seasons with under 20 ace went to here. If they had in between 20 to 40 ace, they went here. 40 to 50, here. 50 to 60, here. 60 to 73, here. 73 to 80 went here. 80 to 100 went here. 100 to 125 went here. 125 to 140 went here. 140 to 155 went here. 155 to 170 went here. And anything above 170 went here. This does include 2005, years like 2005 and 2004 in the final one. And the result? 15,184.645. That is a point. It is a decimal. And this may actually change. Because in order for me to actually get the perfect amount, depending on where it ends up, if we do get like one more storm, I would have to add a specific amount of ace or accumulated cyclone energy to this. And we currently have 21 named storms in 2021. The next names are Adria and Braylon. And also, you notice all these below normal seasons. We're just going to go up here. 2021's Hurricane Sam has I believe, the 7th most accumulated cyclone energy, or ACE for short, generated total at, let's get it, 53.8. Lasting 14 days. So it's kind of technically Sam made a record and is one of the only storms in the back half of the alphabet to actually have an ace monopoly in the North Atlantic. It's actually the only one in the back half of the actual 26-letter alphabet. For these specific, it's more normal for them to be in the back half of the alphabet. So, yeah. Anyways, the phone expert did recently release a 2005 Atlantic Hurricane Season animation. It wasn't actually fully animated by Force 15. It was animated by Cayenne Ice 8. And it does actually show the storm's intensity, like the peak intensity, peak pressure, the amount of damages it did, the total fatalities it caused, which is actually upsetting that people do die in these systems because I think it's not going to be as bad as it was. And then, of course, also the accumulated cyclone energy. I'm going to go to 2005 real quick, because this was the season that was actually animated. The phone expert did a April Fool's based season. with one of his old set of icons. By force-sitting analysis, Wilma is the strongest Atlantic hurricane in the basin with winds of 195 miles per hour rather than 185. But it's still the most intense North Atlantic system on record. No matter who you ask. Or, well, whichever agency. If you ask, like, NHC, or if you ask force-sitting, they're just going to say it's the most intense in the North Atlantic basin. It's actually one of the strongest in the whole Western Hemisphere. And notice how nobody predicted over 21 named storms other than the TSR. And nobody guessed 8 hurricanes completely. TSR kinda did. But we had 7. Here is the whole stat line. Which I do not know what they are by force-sitting estimates. But I think they made Delta a Category 1, I think. But yeah. It is the second costliest hurricane season on record. This is a snubbed system. Emily should have been retired in 2005, but it did like just narrowly over $1 billion in damage, but was snubbed. Snub as in like it wasn't retired. Don't know what they have Harvey as. This is the mother of all cyclones. If, in terms of damage, it's Katrina. And then the whole thing is, this system, 2 weeks before I was born. I don't know why, but some of these just look ragged. Dang, Rita. I didn't even... Jeez. The whole middle of Rita kind of looks like Goni to an extent. I'm going to tap this. The arrow. Now, there's nothing active at the moment, but there are some AOIs around the world. 2 in the North Indian Ocean. A potential one, or maybe even 2 potential ones over near Indonesia. Those could give you the first and the 2 in the Australian region. And then there's 1 in the North Atlantic, which could be a potential subtropical depression or a subtropical storm. This was identified as 21L, this unnamed one right here. And then this system right here, Pinhole I. Nobody was actually ready for the season because it turns out this season unfortunately killed almost 4,000 people, which is sad. And I'm surprised Beta didn't do as much damage as it could have. Also, if you have watched the force-sitting what might have beens, the what might have been Ophelia, named Philip, this spelling right here, actually went ahead and hit New Orleans just like Katrina did, which that was just a what might have been. Rita ended up getting retired anyway. Didn't even matter about the one storm differential. Sorry. Didn't even matter about the one name storm difference. It didn't matter. Rita still ended up getting retired, and Stan ended up pulling the Rita. However, in the What Might Have Beens, Tammy was snubbed. In the 2005. Gosh. In the 2005 Atlanta cricket season, What Might Have Been, Tammy actually was a stronger Stan. Category 3 intensity, but was not retired. If it was retired, I think it would have been replaced by Tara, and then maybe something else, because then in 2011, Tammy got the retirement it actually needed, well, deserved from the previous season of List 5 in the What Might Have Beens. The most surprising thing is that no storm actually had over like 40 ace, I believe, or accumulated cyclone energy, and that Emily has more than Katrina. But nobody was ready for this season. Not even the people in places like New Orleans, which are very hurricane prone. I mean, Florida had a major hurricane, had to deal with Dennis and Wilma, and at one point Katrina. But like, not many people in Florida, I think, died from any of those systems. That's it for this video, by the way. It's already been a year since Iota. Jeez. Time has flown. I'm just glad we're not on the same picture as last year. But we do have the La Nina forming. So we may want to look out for our next potential hyperactive season. I remember this year, at the start of the year, I predicted 22 named storms. That is coming to fruition. We have 21. We just need Adria in order to get to 22. If Adria forms before it becomes the new year, then we will have 22 named storms and would have met my prediction. And I kind of predicted one storm to at least be retired, and that's going to be Ida. I'm not going to be too mad about if Nicholas doesn't get retired. I mean, it was kind of just a freak event. If Nicholas gets retired, or not, I'm probably not going to be mad. I'll be mad if Elsa and Fred don't get retired, though. NHA is probably having lots of backlash from Elsa, and then of course Fred, if it gets retired, it would be the third tropical cyclone on record to be retired as a tropical storm in the North Atlantic only, joining Allison and Erica. The funny thing is, 2020 was a La Nina. 2005 was a neutral year. There was no La Nina or El Nino for that year. In 2020, there was a La Nina. In 2021, it was neutral. We had that, the one pass. The MJO pass as well. That's what it is, the MJO. And now it's turned into a La Nina. I will make a 19 named storm prediction for next year. 19. That means we would get to Tobias next year. That's my prediction. As of around mid-November, 2021. I'm not counting on it. There's a La Nina, so I'll see you on the next video for finally. Bye.